my computer. Thank you. So the easiest way to do this is to let you see what you are going to build. The only thing that is important, really, is that you don't actually have a lot of time. I don't know, maybe you're extremely quick. Hello, Michael. It didn't say Michael. Hi, sorry. Hello, Michael. You can unmute yourself and say
hi.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know if you wanted me to talk.
No, okay. I just wanted you to say hello to everybody. I want you to use, more than anything, your imagination. You're going to be working, each of you is going to be part of 2 different groups. And to that end, I've made a list of a certain kind of group and then a second kind of group with all your contact information. I need to know that you are all okay with sharing each other's telephone numbers and email address, because I'm going to send you the same Excel lists with the telephone numbers of everybody. And at the end of it, it's just between us. And at the end of it, I'm going to get rid of everything, just like you can get rid of everything, because it's important that you actually communicate with each other. Because we're going to see we're going to be together in these groups Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And on Friday, you're actually going to make your final presentations. Now, what is your presentation? Let me see. Can I get rid of this now? Wait, you cannot minimize Zoom. Thank you. Okay. Like I said, I'm not an expert in this kind of thing. So what happens if I do that? Okay. I want to share my screen so I can pull up things really quickly. Here we go. I'm going to show you a few personal websites of different people. Tell me that everybody can see this. Everybody can see this? It's good. Okay. What you are going to, basically what your project is going to be is you are going to build the front page of a website, but with the content of the website. So when you go to websites, I became really good at figuring out websites and how they function because I did translation of a certain website. So I went deep into how everything functions. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating a personal website for a hypothetical person that you guys are going to agree in your groups, who's a musician, is a performer and a teacher, to promote themselves within the space. So you're going to have to make a lot of decisions. I'll show you in the presentation. But normally what happens is websites have some kind of name and they have a front page, and on the front page they have the various drop downs, right? So this Kelly has this kind of website. She's a journalist and a blogger. And so this is her front page. And so if you press on the bio, this is her bio stating who she is, what she did, blah, blah, blah. Then this is her press experience, what shows she went on, what magazines and what newspapers she wrote from. Then she obviously thinks of herself that speaking engagements are really important. And then a little bit of her history, which shows what she did, where it comes from, so forth and so on. And then a contact page. This is how you can contact her. You can either write her an email, or you can contact her on any one of these social media platforms. Here's another one, a little bit more fun, a completely different way of doing a website. If you like this kind of thing, if you think that it's going to work better for you, he has in this little thing over here, what would normally be in your contacts, so forth and so on. He just puts it in a fun way. So to show where he went to school, you know, when you go to it, you press and he highlights and it takes you to all the things, to the place where he studied, or then what he did, he started tech recruiting. Hopefully it works. He's a headhunter.
Paolo, just there are a few people in the waiting room who are asking.
Ooh, sorry. Admit. Thank you. Wait, there's more. Oh la la. No, that's it. Okay. Can I get rid of this now? Okay. So this joins, this links to this. And you can find out all about him. And he's obviously trying to promote himself. And in his contact, it says, do you want to chat? You can contact me here. A different kind of website, but still a personal website. It's somebody who's trying to promote themselves in the particular space that they're in. The last one I wanted to show you is this guy, who is a teacher and a scholar and a researcher. And he, you know, this is his homepage. You can scroll down and it tells you what he's done, what he's worked for, the projects that he's done. Then if you're going about, he obviously likes to scuba dive, and this is where he talks about himself. This is the more personal stuff. Then, because for him as a scholar, it's really important, and he wants to put out his publications, he has all his conference publications, patent publications, journal publications. He has a list of everything that you can go on, or you can copy paste and put in Google and find in journals. And then he, like the journalist, has obviously done many speaking engagements, and he has a record of the speaking engagements. Some of them are videos, some are just stills, but you can see what he's done, where he's spoken, and the people that he's come into contact with. And then the roles is his, who is actually the prizes and the companies that he's worked for. This he also had at the beginning. He worked for Toshiba, so he wants to, you know, ooh, here's another, it disappeared. Wait, admit. Okay. So yeah. And finally, what he has that the other ones don't have is a blog. It's a different kind of thing. This is a one-way blog. Wow. This is a one-way blog where he actually classifies his writings about his ideas, not necessarily his publications, but his thoughts on different things. More and more websites these days, personal websites, actually have open blogs, or if you like to call them chats, where the person is actually interacting with people. Why that is important is because what you want to know as a person who's trying to promote yourself is you want to know if you are having success at it and how much success you are having with it. And you want to try to keep a record. So a blog is a form of feedback. There are many other forms of feedback. You can put, you know, statistical readings on how many people visit your sites, on how many, it all depends how you want to think about feedback. So now I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to open this, because this is you. Can everybody see it? Yep. Okay. So I said, welcome to your own web page, and possibly video and or both. This is going to depend entirely on you, whether you have enough time to do it. Like I said, more and more personal websites are actually using embedded videos. So they have all the written information and all the different drop downs and everything, and they're all, you know, isolated, and you can find different things. But there's a lot of websites that have a video, a very short video. Some of them are like TikTok videos. Everybody knows TikTok. They last like just 10, 15 seconds, not more than that. And they contain everything that the person thinks is important for them to promote themselves. they either speak about personal things or they speak about personal things and professional achievements. So this is how it works. Boom. What you are going to do. You will provide the content for a personal website that you think will best promote a musician in the musical internet space, because most of the communication these days is not done with posters and newspapers anymore. It's done basically online. Everything is online. The musician, the only thing that you know is a performer and a teacher, right? You should try to imagine what are the best things that will help this musician promote themselves and get them out there. So the musician is imaginary. You can call him or her whatever you want. It can be completely fictitious. But this musician and this teacher is going to have the shared experience of everything that you have in your groups, because a lot of these things, as I will explain, these concepts overlap. When we're talking about web design and when we're talking about what goes into the web content and which social media are we going to use and so forth and so on. The video, I tell you straight away, is optional. If you want to make a video, great. If you don't have time to make a video or you don't feel up to making it, that's fine by me. So there are two, I've appointed original groups. I will show you in a minute. In each original group, there are 4 people. I might as well go to it now. You are in an original group, and you are going to specialize in one thing of that. This here, where you see 1, 2, 3, 4, that is the complete website, right? Now, on one day, you will be working to contribute to each part of that website. Like you want to discuss, I think we should have in our web, we should call him John, for example. So you will have a discussion about John and blah, 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 and you will decide, you will make many decisions. But the website is broken up into these components. This is what is going to be on your website, and how you decide to call it is up to you. It's going to have promotional content based on personal and professional data and self-assessment. That means, what are you going to put on your website? What do you want? How much of yourself do you want to show? Do you want to put a CV on your website? Think of all the things that you might want to put on a website in different categories. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start creating that website with those ideas in mind. The second set of specialists, which is number 2 in your original group, are actually the website design, which means what makes for a good website that best promotes the individual, and what are the necessary steps to create a website. I know this may sound overwhelming, but it's actually not. It's actually very, very easy. The third group of specialists, this is number 3, is the social media platforms that you are going to include in your website. Because if you go to really good websites that have really big impact, you're going to find that when they create a website, they use very specific social media. They don't use all the social media, because in your research, you will find that certain social media are good for certain things and certain social media are good for other things, but that you're going to discover on your own. And finally, the feedback. What kind of feedback do you want on your website? Why is it even necessary? Those are all questions that you're going to discover as specialists. And as specialists, you will meet and have conference on those specific subjects, right? So that's how it's going to work. So I wanted to show you how easy it actually is. I came up with this idea because I'm interested in magical internet money, right? So what happened was, I decided to go to one of these websites, the Magical Internet Money, and translate the entire website, all the content of the website, from English into Italian, because I wanted Italian people to be able to access all of this information, which then there might be a lot of Italians that don't read English or whatever, and they don't, so they will never get to know what this is. So this here is their front page. As you can see, this is the kind of thing that you guys are going to come up with, right? Then, as you see here, these are the drop downs, the menus for the website. So I decided to just choose one example of the translation that I did. And when you go to the pages, it tells you everything about this particular product. And I decided, well, I did all of them. I translated all of them, but I picked for today how it works. So when you drop down that, this is the how it works page. So he decides that he's going to explain how these things work. CDs known as certificate of deposit or time deposits are worth trillions of dollars, yada, yada, yada. He says banks profit from poor customer service, yada, yada, yada. And he explains exactly how this product works, because he thinks that an explanation of this product is really very important to its promotion. Everything on a website is geared towards promotion of whatever. So here, this is my translation of that particular page, right? So what I'm looking for you to do is to actually have a front page of a website with all the drop downs that you think are necessary. And on a normal Word or whatever writing program you use, hopefully it's Word, because then it's easy for everybody to access. You actually, this is one of the buttons, and it says hexes. You will write what you put there. In other words, for example, in the bio. In the bio, you say, I'm going to put a bio. What is the bio? The bio is a short description, personal description of my personal history, or a personal history and professional history, depending on what it is that you want to put. And then I want you to tell me also why you put that there. So not just what, in other words, you write this. I also want to know why, because it's really important for you to know why you do things. And you will discuss the whats and whys in your groups. Now, what I also did was, and believe me, I'm terrible at technology, but I decided to do this just to show you that it can be done. I created this front page of a website, and it took me approximately 20 minutes. And what I did was I created this and I took a screenshot. To create the actual website is really a lengthy thing. It will take more than a week, because you have to get, you have to find the URL, you have to buy the name, you have to do all of these things. So all I actually want you to do for the web designers is to actually go to one of these sites. There are millions of them that have free content, and cut and paste. You don't need to code, you don't need to do anything. What I did was I came up with a nice picture for the middle. And then, because I am a scholar, that's my real profession. I teach piano and I'm a scholar of music theory. I decided that in my website, I would have, that's the name. I gave it a little bit of a fancy thing to say that this is the center where you would come to find out about 20th century music. And I found that all of these were applicable to promoting my website on social media. Because I have, for example, I've done, made videos about musical subjects. and I've spoken in public and it's been recorded, and I can post those on YouTube. It's also on Twitter. Twitter is, okay, I'm not going to give everything away. I'm just telling you the reasons why I put these over here. Now, the main things for me was my work. I didn't want to put up a whole thing about myself and so forth and so on. So the books and articles that I've actually written, so I would click on that and there would be a list of books and articles that I've published, and then the soundtracks. I've also actually made many recordings because I've played many concerts in my life and they've been recorded. So I would put my recordings there also because a lot of the concerts that I have given are of 20th century music. So they actually, many of them relate to the books and the articles that I have listed. And finally, a blog. The blog that I would have is an interactive blog because I'm very interested to know what other people think. And right now, this is the wonderful thing where you get the first opportunity to do this. The wonderful thing about this is that blogs allow you to contact people that otherwise you would have to find on LinkedIn, contact them personally if you can, because sometimes people would like to stay reserved, so they make you pay for those kind of things. You find that people fall into the blog and you start talking to people, or you can just contact or write them an email through their contact and say, hey, look, I have a blog. I would like to speak about this or talk to you about that or write about these things because I'm researching this or I'm researching that. And if you have a blog on your site, you just give them the name of the site and you can contact people much more easily than through LinkedIn, through all of these other professional, these sites that are dedicated to professional stuff. So that's basically what you're going to do. Now, let me get rid of this. So how it's going to work is, oh, here is Yaron again. Do you see all your names here? These are the 6 original groups. So for example, in this original group, he's going to be number 1. He's going to be dealing with content. He's number 2. Who is it? Raphael is going to be dealing with the website design. Here is Pamela. She's going to be dealing with social media, and Nicholas is going to be dealing with the what do you call it? With the feedback that you want to put on your website, right? So these are the 6 groups. Unfortunately, due to a last-minute problem, the last group is incomplete. Now, I actually, if you don't mind, I'm just going to stop sharing 1 second. I really need to speak to Jacopo. Is he here? Is Jacopo here? Özde, are you here?
Yeah, I am here.
Okay, Özde, great. Where is Jacopo? Is Jacopo not here?
Sorry, Paolo?
Yes.
It's Yannis. I think Michelangelo would like to join. I don't know if he made an appeal. He sent a message that he would like to join the session.
I know, but I sent a link. He has the link.
He's in the
Okay,
session. It's okay, Yannis. He's in the session.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
sorry.
he's in the session.
Sorry. Didn't see him. Sorry.
So Özde, you are here, but Jacopo is not. I have to ask you if well, if Jacopo is not here, it's a difficult decision to make. I was going to ask the 2 of you if you would like to take on the other 2 responsibilities and create your own group, or if I can fold you into, say, group 5 and group 6, and then you would be an extra, I don't know, you would be an extra website person or whatever. What do you have a preference?
down is okay for me, but I don't know if it's the other one. What would they say? I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
he's not here.
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps the easiest thing is if I roll the two of you into some other group. Okay.
Okay.
So I will
Okay.
let
Okay.
you know about that. So
Okay.
I keep on making the same mistake. Now, here is my question to all of you. Is it okay if I share this information, which has your telephone number and your email, so that you can actually speak to each other at any time, remembering that there are two time zone differences. So for example, let me actually get rid of this. Let me get rid of this one and share my screen. I'm going to bring up the 4 specialist groups. You are all in a specialist group, right? So here are your names. So this is your specialist group. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's everybody. These are the people that are going to do the website, the content, like what you think you would like to see. These are the people that are going to do the website design. These are the people that are going to do the social media. And these are the people that are going to do the feedback. Is it okay if I can send this to everybody, which is obviously just going to be in our group? So you will know who to contact so that you can contact them anytime. Oh, no, I apologize. I have to leave. Okay. That's fine. Are there any questions you would like to place? Like, did you understand everything that what is asked? Oh, one more thing. I just wanted to point this out to you. I keep on doing that. Wow, I don't learn. Hold on a minute. You all got the handout, didn't you? The participant handout? Now, I'm going to again share my screen to show you a nice magic trick. Here is my screen. This is the handout that I sent to everybody. What I gave you, you didn't get it, Elisabetta?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, let me make a note of that, and I will
Did you send it by email?
Yeah, I sent it to the whole group, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I will send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Let me write this right now. Elisabetta needs a handout.
I didn't got two.
Who
I
is
don't
that? Who is that?
Claudia Antonić.
Claudia.
Antonić.
Okay, Claudia needs one too. I will send it to you. I created, sorry?
No, I said thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'll send it to you immediately with everything else. Here, I created a tiny little database inside the handout for the different things. So you can go and take a look. So, for example, if you go on, there's a website that shows you, this is the actual website that I use to create my little website. So if you go on it and you click on it and you punch it, this is what pops up. This is how you can actually create your website in literally, 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
Paulo.
Yes.
Paulo. So sorry. I have to leave the building right now. They're making me leave, so I'm so sorry.
I heard about that problem. No problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's not a problem.
Ciao.
So let me get rid of this guy. Let me get rid of this guy. Let me get rid of this guy. So this actually shows you how to create a website. You don't have to create the website as a website. Like I said, these are all original. You can just create the front page of the website with all the subdivisions, and then all the other stuff is actually going to be written. But you can enjoy yourself, especially the web creators, like how you want to do it, because they have literally hundreds upon hundreds of templates where you can mix and match things. Or, for example, if you want to do, which one was it, which is really nice, they're all here. If you go to social media marketing, you do the same thing. You get on it, you click, and here, 12 Instagram tips for beginners. It tells you what to do and don't do, and it actually tells you what Instagram is actually all about. Because even though everybody has an Instagram account, they actually don't even know how to use it. Because these tools, especially the social media tools these days, they are extremely powerful marketing tools, but nobody uses it like that. We just all use Instagram as, this is, I want to show my latest story or whatever. I don't even have Instagram, but people just use it for entertainment and to inform their friends and stuff. But these are incredible tools that you can use to promote everything and anything. In fact, one of the biggest things these days, that's why it's so important, one of the biggest promotional tools being used in industry are TikTok videos. TikTok, there are some people with literally tens of millions of followers that promote products on TikTok, but you would never think to go to on a TikTok video to go and look at it. But TikTok has become like Instagram, has become like Twitter, has become like Telegram. They are all intermeshed. But even this LifeWire website only does these. It only does Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and I'm not even sure what this one is. This is, yeah, email the article. This is email, but it only uses Twitter and Facebook. And there is a reason for it, okay? So let me get rid of this, and you can see the beautiful blue sea. So I can close this, and these are the specialist groups. I think I've even shown that. So I would suggest, especially to the specialists, to get a head start on researching the 4 different issues. Group 1 is going to do the website. Group 2 is going to do, the content, the website, social media, and feedback. So that when you meet for the first time on Monday with your group that's going to present the whole website, you'll be able to talk about these things with them, and you'll be able to discuss. A lot of these things overlap. They are specialized in certain ways, and they overlap in others. Because what the content creator says, I think I would like to do this and this and this, then the guy who's doing the website starts to have an idea, oh, I need to have this tab, blah, blah, blah. And the person who's doing social media already has a little bit of knowledge about different social media and says, oh, for this kind of communication, I need Facebook. And the one who's doing the feedback, it says, oh, this kind of material is good to be discussed in a chat, in a blog. There are so many solutions to all of this. The solutions are really all up to you. So that's this guy over here, and I can stop sharing, and I'm open to all the questions that you want to ask. And if 6 of you can stay behind, I need to experiment on something, because I've never been the administrator of this kind of big Zoom thing. I did Zoom lessons during the pandemic, but it was always one-on-one or a small group. I now have the ability to make the breakout groups. so that I can put you all in your groups. On Monday, the original groups, on Tuesday, the specialist groups, and so forth and so on. Questions?
Paulo, I have a couple of questions.
Yes, sure.
The first, I just don't understand the fourth kind of specialization, like feedback.
Yeah.
Can you explain a short explanation about it?
Feedback is really, really important. For example, there are music startups these days, musical companies, let's call them musical companies. They are all dedicated to certain aspects of music, right? And there are companies that specialize in feedback. For example, there is a company, I can't remember its name. I wrote a whole long article on these different musical startups, but there is a company that records, There is a company that has obviously recognition software, and it records on all major outlets, the internet, the radio, the television, and every time it hears a song by somebody, it collects the data from that song, and the artist who joins that platform gets feedback, because artists don't necessarily even know. The artist gets feedback on how he is or she is doing in terms of her song being played. Do you see what I mean? So actually, then the artist can actually use that information to put on their website. For example, my song has been played on the greatest radio stations in America and in Japan, including, and can give names, because this company does this job. Collecting feedback on your own stuff is just as important, because normally on the internet, people will always let you know what they think, especially if you have a blog. For the blog is a really phenomenal way of figuring out feedback. If you like, you can also just put a ticker. You can insert a ticker into your website, and that just tells you how many times your website has actually been visited, and the different kinds of interactions that you have. I don't want to tell you everything, because that's your job, is to, what is feedback and what forms of feedback are there, and which one would I like to put in my website, or which two, or which 10. It all depends what you want. Like, it would be the same thing for web design. They say, well, there are a million different websites. The reason there are a million different websites, because there are a million different individuals with a million different ideas of how they want to present themselves. But what happens is, imagine that the website face, the face of a website, goes to its content, right? The content is then connected to on social programs, and the social programs then provide you with feedback. So it's like a loop. A website is not just this thing that, of course, it's just a thing that exists on the internet, but it's an important thing that helps you improve yourself. Because remember that a website, when you create a website, it's not a static object. A website continuously needs to be updated. And you can only update your stuff through what you have done new, but is also enormously influenced by what other people have said. They give you all kinds of ideas. They actually might even say, you know, this is really terrible. Your interface for the drop-down menu is really bad. Or this doesn't work. Or I really think your concert at so-and-so was really great. Or when can I send you my student? Because you're advertising as a teacher. When can I send you my student? So all of these things, they create a loop. And this loop is a virtual loop. And we all live in this virtual loop now. All of these things used to take ages to build up, literally. Now, it can take, literally, if you want to build a website, I figured it out. It took me about 20 minutes to build the front page of a website. It would take me roughly another, let's say 2 hours. If I had all the material ready, like all my print stuff, all my photographs, all my recordings and everything, it would take me probably a day or two to actually create the website, get the URL, pay for the hosting, and I would be known to the world in less than a couple of days. This is magic. This has never been possible before. Also because the internet does one thing that has never happened before in human history, and that is scaling. Because with one website, you can literally reach billions of people. This has never been possible before. The internet is like a magical space. It really is. You can do amazing things on the internet, which were before not possible. They were just not possible. Lucy, what do you want to ask a question? I can see.
I was just wondering, is the next call on Monday at 3? Sorry, I know it's different in different time zones.
No, your time. The meetings are always going to be at the same time. 3 o'clock for Ireland, 4 o'clock for Italy, 5 o'clock for Turkey and Cyprus.
Okay, that's great. Thanks so much.
No, you're so welcome. And I think I will let you know, but I think that I will send you the link, but I think the link is always going to be the same one. So you don't have to worry about a different link each time, but I will let you know. So what I'm going to do is immediately after this, just if 6 people can remain behind so I can futz around with breakout rooms, I will send you the lists, and so that you know that yours topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, and I will also send you the group that you will be in on Monday, because on Monday you're going to meet the other 3/4 of your presentation. Just as a formal statement, this is known, what you are about to do is for me and for this project, an experiment in what has become probably the most revolutionary form of education up to now, and it's called cooperative learning. In other words, the learning that you do and the output that you give depends on you as an individual and you as a group. That's why in the handout I said the most important things are be kind to each other, encourage each other, pull your weight, like have as much internal drive as you can, because if everybody does their best, you're going to get the best result. And I think I put somewhere in the handout that I'm actually going to, I'm writing a project book together with other people of this project. You will all be included in the project book, and the best people are going to write a little introduction to my book. The best group that you are going to vote on. You are going to vote on who you think made the best presentation. The teachers are not going to vote on anything. You guys are going to vote, because I would like, let me tell you straight, as a piano teacher and as a teacher in general, I have always thought of my role as a person who has to become redundant. Redundant means useless. Because what I want to do is I want to pass all the information, or the best information that I have, to you so that you can become independent. And the best way to do this is not to talk at people or to lecture at people, because they're just sitting there taking information. They never get a chance to speak. They never get a chance to ask questions. They never get a chance to do anything. That's the traditional system. What is important is that when you learn something that you yourself discovered, it actually becomes knowledge for you. What you are actually doing is you're taking my place so that I actually don't have to continuously sit there and lecture. I don't like to lecture. I like people to think for themselves and do for themselves, because I know that when they learn that way, it becomes real knowledge, because that knowledge can then become directly applicable to that person's life, not mine. Taking a test doesn't prove anything to me, because as we know, lots of people take tests. You take 100 million tests, they give you a little diploma at the end of all of it, and then what happens? Theoretically, you know a lot, but what can you really do? And I'm not a specialist in any of these things. Like I don't even know how to work the Zoom properly. But I discovered all about websites, not because I'm a website expert, because I actually went and I took a website and I translated it, literally, word for word. To translate that website took me longer than to create my website. It took me almost 2 weeks, sentence by sentence. And then I found out what was the logic behind the website. Why did they sequence this like this? Why did they put this here? Why did they put the colors like this? Why did they make it dark? Why did they? I figured these things out. Why do they link to certain things and not others? But those things I found out for myself. Nobody taught them to me. And I'm just a music teacher. I'm not a website expert. However, I have built up enough expertise doing things for myself to create my own website. And that's what I want you to have, that experience. I want you to know that you can do something real for yourself, at the same time sharing all of these things with each other, because input from other people is always really fantastic. Because you may not have all the answers. You may not have all the ideas. So somebody's going to tell you, hey, I think this is good. I think this is trash, so forth and so on. So I want you to walk away from this with the simple knowledge that, hey, you know what? If I want to, tomorrow I can sit down and I can create my own website because I know how to do this. And guess what? I learned this in less than a week. In hours, I learned this approximately in less than half a day. Okay. Questions. Oh, this crazy guy, what is he doing?
Can I?
Please.
I already have a website.
Good for you. You will be so helpful to the people.
Okay, just can be useful for an example, or
you can share that.
Not useful.
You can share that with your group, like on Monday. Whoever ends up getting Matteo is in, hold on, Matteo is in original group 2. So whoever belongs to group 2, you're very happy, except Matteo in your specialized, where is Matteo? Well, you're good because you are in specialist group 1, which has to do with website content. So you will actually be very helpful to the people of your group when you decide on the website. Not all of us have that experience. Whoever is lucky to get somebody like that has a lot of experience. But the point is that just like Matteo, I also can make a website. I learned it by myself. Matteo probably learned it by himself, and that's why he can do it. The rest of us are just sitting there You go, oh, you have to be a specialist to make a website. There used to be website services. They hardly exist anymore because people are making their own websites. I want you to be able to do that. And if you decide to make a short video to stick on your website, I would be very happy. That'll be up to you to decide. But if you think you can make a little TikTok video and do something fancy on your video that is going to promote your website, hey, I'll be happy to see it. I'll show you my video. I made a 16-second video of an octopus that promotes magic internet money. That. And nobody taught me how to do that either. So you can do a lot of things that you think that you can't do, but you actually can.
Paulo, may I ask something?
Who is this?
It's Nicholas.
Where is Nicholas?
I raised my hand before, but I think you can.
Oh, sorry, Nicholas, you're on the top.
It.
Oh, it's this tiny little hand.
I just wanted to ask if we will meet every day.
Yes.
At 5 all together, and then we will split to our groups, or we will start the meeting in our groups.
No, I have to. No. What happens is everybody comes, and then there is this breakout room thing here, which I don't quite know how to use yet. There is the breakout room, and I will split you into your groups, and you will meet there. You will meet there. But I'm also sending you all the contact information, especially for the specialists and for the original groups, because you might want to get to know your partners better, even over the weekend. And that's very easy to do. You can just WhatsApp the people or phone them on WhatsApp or write to them and say, hey guys, can we meet on Saturday just to have a chat, to get to know each other better. This is all your stuff, because
thank you.
Because that has to do with your initiative. It has to do with your desire to do something. I don't want to force anything on anyone. The only thing that's forced is you will be working for those 2 hours every day. Monday, general group. Tuesday, specialist group. Monday, original. Tuesday, specialist. Wednesday, original. Thursday, specialist. Friday, you're actually going to make your presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Same time every day.
Sorry, we will receive the timetables by email.
What timetables?
Of our meetings.
The meetings are exactly at this time when we started. Like,
okay,
Italy will be 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It will always be the same time, so there's no issues with time. I don't want to change anything, so it's much easier for everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Paolo, sorry, I'm Flora. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I won't be able to attend the meeting on Monday and on Wednesday. I'm not sure, but
you're going to make your group very weak. It was expected that if you signed up for this, you have to partake. You can't just leave your group in. You can't just.
I can't.
No, you signed up for this. And we were assuming that if you signed up, you have to do this. You have to fulfill your part of the work.
No, yeah, of course. But maybe on Monday I will not be able to be at 6 o'clock because of work.
I don't know what to tell you. If it's you're just making your group weak because you said that you were going to do something, and now you're saying I can't do it. I don't know.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes, Diliani.
So it's about the blog concept. Like it
Yes.
wasn't exactly 100% clear to me what you meant getting like direct feedback through the blog. Is it like in the blog you post stuff like you post on Facebook and people are supposed to answer back to you? What is it exactly?
It works very similarly. The blog is basically you can make a blog that works either unidirection, in other words, it's just you posting stuff, or you can make an interactive blog, which is you posting stuff and receiving feedback from other people directly on your blog. It's like a chat, but in a much bigger format, because how could I say? It's like having an instant email system on your website.
That's not really risky. Like, do you get very negative feedback or somebody, spams you?
You can just X out people. You can just, it's just like anything else. If you decide, like you, which one, you can block people on Facebook. You can block people on your blog. If you get, people on the internet, I've noticed something really unbelievable on the internet. Somebody will post a little video of a little puppy doing something, right? 95% of the people are going to put, a little hard and beautiful, blah, blah, blah. 5% of the people are going to just hate on it. How you can hate on a puppy is like beyond me, but there are always people who just like to troll for no reason or hate for absolutely no reason. And there's nothing you can do that. And that, I think, happens even in human relationships. There are people who just want to be destructive, and I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. You can just delete them. That's all you can do. And on the internet, it's a little bit easier because you don't actually have to make personal contact with the person.
Yeah, that's better.
I mean, I get if I look at if I look at my reviews of my books or my papers, it's hilarious because I will go, for example, on Amazon. I will look for my book. I will look for reviews, and I will get 6 with 5 stars and say this is the best book I've ever read. And I will get another 6 with half a star and say this is total rubbish. So what do? There's really not much you can do about that.
I mean, sometimes negative feedback means that you actually managed to do something, if you only have positive feedback.
I don't know, somebody said, doesn't matter what kind of advertising it is, whether it's positive or negative, it's advertising.
Thank you, by the way.
Are you all happy? So I'm going to send you your group things. I'm going to send you, you can recognize your name, both in the original group and in the specialist groups. And if you want to contact your fellow group members, you can at any time, and you can set up your own Zoom thing. I don't know if you have the fancy accounts or what. Believe it or not, the whole of last year, I taught with just a free Zoom account, and it was perfect because I did 40 minutes and Zoom would throw me out. And then I did another 40 minutes and Zoom would throw me out. So you can just at least meet, which would be nice for you guys on your own to meet on your own terms without me. Yum, 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 yum. Are we good? Okay, so I'm going to ask my Turkish contingent to stay behind so that I can experiment them with the breakout rooms. If there are any more questions, oh, by the way, at any time, I'm going to, on the list, I'm going to put my telephone number. I do have WhatsApp. You can call me anytime you want. Just remember, if you're in Ireland,